Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Eagle Eyed View. It's your boy Eagle Eyed Football here. And yes, we are still riding the wave of that amazing performance last weekend against Spurs, but this weekend could be a bit techie. it could become a problem. We have away at Liverpool. Difficult place to go to at the best of times, but we have not got the best record at Anfield, and I thought to my boys here, Tyrone and Danny Millsy. Thank you for coming on.
Lovely. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
As per usual, in the comment section, feel free to, chuck your questions in, chuck your comments. And later on, I'll drop the link in if you want to call in as well. Have your say, you can do so. So as you come in, make sure you like, share, subscribe, continue to support the channel. Really appreciate that. But Luke Cooper was always involved in the channel. Let's go Palace. Bill Jordan, evening Rich, evening to you too. I've had two new friends here, Chris Welch, evening lads, new subscriber here, and also the Dugout Football channel. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate that. Let's begin with your boys. You obviously a couple of seasons ago won the league convincingly. Kind of went a bit pear-shaped last season, mainly after the Van Dijk injury. And then you had a period around Christmas where you just kept losing at home. It was a bit mad. There were these odd little rumours about Klopp out and such. Like, what's your thoughts about your club as a whole? Is it FSG? Where they're taking you as a club? What's the ambitions of the club now? What's your thoughts?
Oh boy, I think I'll be honest. For the first time as a Liverpool fan, I feel quite comfortable and confident in the future of the club. I think over the years there's just been a lot of behind the scenes issues, and I think for the first time in a while we've had that stability that's actually been fruitful, and it's actually brought something. Kind of going back into the yesteryears before we were born in, the 70s, the 80s. And I think we finally got that stability. Albeit every club has their issues, but I think now we're actually, doing well. In terms of, I think our future, I'll probably say, I don't know, Millsy, if you agree, but I think our future at the moment, I actually think it's pretty secure for the next, five or so years. But I think it's pretty much, out of all the clubs in the league, I think, we're definitely one of them that you're not really worrying about too much about like the financial stability of the club and where the club's going. I think we've got a relatively clear direction.
Yeah, completely agree. I think for since Klopp's kind of come in, I think it's been a transition period. He's obviously brought the club success, which you can't argue with. Winning the league, Champions League, kind of came in. He's done his job. No one can complain. He's actually done his job. You can't really ask for much more. Obviously, last year was a shame, but I think people are always quick to say get managers out and all this kind of thing. But I think he earned the right, after winning the league and Champions League to have that time. And it's not as if he's been in the door like 5 minutes. He's been at the club for a good few years. And I think a lot of football fans, they talk about stability at football clubs. They talk about continuity and not having this higher fire kind of philosophy. And, Klopp's brought that stability to the football club. And I think when he goes, because he isn't going to be there forever, I think it will probably most likely be on his terms. I think it will be one of them ones, if I'm being honest, similar to maybe Pep. I think it will probably be on his terms. But I think as a football club, it's a joy to watch, really. Like I said, there's no... You're not always going to have great seasons. It's not always going to be, fantastic. But, I think Liverpool, as it stands, in a very good place.
Cool. I'm just going to address some of the comments. So people who want their Klopp out have short memories. Guide was to Champions League and Premier League. Yes, last season was so unbelievably poor. 22 centre-back partnerships. But to finish third after being 8th with 13 games left was fantastic. That's a good shout, actually.
Definitely.
And you had have done it under the radar because everyone had forgotten about you guys.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you finished third. So I totally agree with that. Big up Luke, Palace man. I believe that the Liverpool front line is getting older and they need a new front line next summer. I'm actually going to talk about your transfer business in a minute.
Cool.
Dugout Football Channel agrees with Luke. Just is just the start too. Liverpool fans who want Klopp out should be arrested. It's a criminal offence saying that after what he's done. No, I definitely
Absolutely.
agree.
100%. I remember going back saying about when people were saying about like, you know, Klopp came in 2015 and it was like they were talking about that. I remember they were comparing him to that to Mourinho. They're saying, you know, in the time Klopp's been there, that if it was any other manager, he would have been sacked in the first 2-3 years and all that. And I remember then people were saying Klopp out. Nothing's changed. But what people didn't see is Klopp was never an instant success type manager, and the club that he inherited weren't necessarily the best squad in terms of the cohesion. Like, yeah, albeit Brendan Rodgers took us close to the league and we probably should have won it. But I think the philosophy of the club and the togetherness, it was there. But you had players like Gerrard, who was obviously coming to the end of his career. You know what I mean? You had players that wanted out. Klopp kind of came in and made some big, bold decisions. You know what I mean? And you saw his intent in terms of the first signings that he made. You know Mane coming in and bringing in the likes of Salah and kind of rebirthing certain players. Like, it made them into different types of players. And I think now, albeit we've won. I mean, it's only in the last 2 years we won the league in 2 years ago, and that's it. But don't forget we got to the Champions League final the season before we won it. What kind of knocked that? Lost to obviously a very good Real Madrid side. To be fair, probably should have won that final, by Loris Karius and his head issues. You know what I mean? But to go back and win it the next year after that, you know what I mean? That shows the ethos that Klopp has. So no one can tell me that Klopp is a manager that you get rid of. Like, he's just not that type of manager. He, like Millsy said, he's like a Pep. You don't fire that type of manager. One, because he keeps the dressing room, and that's what I think Mourinho's. I don't know them like that. I'm not their boys, but I think Mourinho's quite. You like him or hate him. I think you just like Klopp. You know what I mean? Like Pep. You like these kind of players. You like these kind of managers, and getting rid of them, like, no chance, man. Like, Klopp's like a Wenger, man. He can be there till he wants to. You know what I mean?
I'm going to play devil's advocate about the likable aspect of Klopp, because I think when things are not going right for him, he seems to say some outlandish stuff, and that's why I've put this comment up here. He's been talking about tackles, saying that the game's turned into rugby, which I don't actually agree with. What's your thoughts, Millsy?
So I'm just reading the comment myself. No, I wouldn't say the game is turning into rugby. I think we've seen that, the game's changed. Certainly changed from years and years ago. You can hardly put in a tackle now without it being seen as a foul, I think. Maybe in recent weeks, there's been some more hard, tough tackles going in. But if they're bad, people are just getting sent off anyway. So it's like, even if they are, if there are some crunching tackles, people are not really getting away with it. Like, we're seeing people getting sent off for like follow throughs after kicking the ball, like things like that. So it's I think part and parcel of obviously playing in the Premier League and playing in English football. You've got to be willing to put in tough challenges, and that's a culture of English football is the tough tackling. But You know, I kind of hear where he's coming from, but at the same time, there's VAR now. Like, I think,
which is useless.
Which is obviously useless in one sense, but
Yeah.
you know, obviously that's a whole nother show. I think VAR.
Let's not do that now.
Yeah, I don't think that the time's right for that. But yeah, I think that's up for debate in terms of obviously him saying the game's turned like rugby, but I think that's a bit dramatic if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on your? Oh, go on, T.
Sorry, no, he's very, very flamboyant, and I think every manager's come out with some outlandish comment at some point, and it's been like, "Rah, why are you saying that? You say some stupid things," and I think it is heat at the moment because obviously everyone's got the passion for the game and all that. I think definitely was a stupid comment. Like, rugby tackling and football tackling are way, way different. There's no comparison at all. So, like, to think like that, like, trust me, man, like, football, we've all played football, man. Footballers are, you know, they are protected, protected much more than rugby players, man. So for him to say that was like definitely, yeah, it was embarrassing. Like, come on, Klopp, man, you're better than that. But he's still a great manager.
What's your thoughts on the transfer window that you've had? Because, I mean, starting 11
window.
There was a transfer window.
That was a gap. That was a little crack. That was a little crack, bro.
Let me try and rephrase this question. What's your thoughts on your transfer holiday?
That's a great way to say it, to be honest.
100%.
Because you know what, your starting 11's always been good, to be fair. I mean, but your bench, Origi, Minamino,
Great player.
Shaqiri, who was it? Kaita, he struggled.
Yes, yeah, massively.
Like, why do you feel there's been a lack of investment?
Mills, you can start that one, man. I gotta collect myself for that.
Do you know what? If we strip it back, like, obviously to not have done in really any businesses for a club that is, you know, obviously in very recent years won the Premier League, won the Champions League. If we look at Pep and we look at some of the things that he says, I was listening to an interview of his not too long ago on the radio, and he was saying, like, in all the teams that he's had, it's impossible to do it with the same team. Like, you actually can't do it with the same team. You need to go again, and you need to freshen things up, and you need to invest. That obviously you're going to have a drive if you've won the Premier League as a player. You're going to want to do it again, but you need players. Now, maybe misquoting him, but it was along the lines that you have to go again. Like, you have to, you know, have another influx of signings. But even maybe if that's just one or two, like you said, I think the starting 11 is good. Outside of that, if we get a few injuries, there's not really one player that you can look at behind you and say, right, you can go straight in. Why that business wasn't done, who knows? Maybe they would look. Obviously, I come from a footballing background and I've played the game, so they may have been trying to do business. We don't know that. Not everything's always going to come out, especially if business is not done. That's not going to come out. You're always going to be linked to players here and there, but who knows? I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt here, obviously, but there could have been business trying to get done. Maybe there are players that they tried to sign that said, look, I want to start, and they couldn't guarantee that, because that starting 11, there's not many players, you know, unless you're going to go play 100, 150 million, which Liverpool are not going to do, you're not getting in that team. So there could have been, and the players that are out of the squad, I think they're just happy to be here, to be honest. You got Minamino, can't believe his luck. Shaqiri hanging on for dear life. Divock Origi, he's a legend.
He's the one that surprised me.
He's a legend. Like, you know, like I don't mind Origi, you know. Like, fair play to him. Fair play to him. You're hanging on for dear life. Fair play to him.
100%.
But really, like, if we look at the bigger picture, if you're trying to go again for another Premier League and you're trying to go again for another Champions League, you know, you need to sign 4, 5, 6 quality players that can go into that starting 11.
Yeah, because the one signing I do recall you making is Konate, and he has a very bad injury record. Rumors are he injured himself doing his reveal video in France. So, like,
so you just can't take it seriously, can you? You just can't take that seriously, can you? You can't take it seriously. Just lie and say you're in the gym or something, innit? Like,
Trust me,
just lie. You don't want I don't want it. I just don't want to hear it. I just can't take it seriously.
So what's your thoughts on the
Fiat? So
transfer holiday?
This. I'm not surprised. I was never surprised when Liverpool had this quiet window. I think every day, or every like 2-3 days, you see transfer rumors. Liverpool linked with this. Liverpool linked with this. Liverpool interested in this. And I'm just like, but that's not gonna go through. And I think the reason was my opinion, and I think last season showed a lot in that Klopp. We used so many players last season. And I think they looked at the squad and thought, okay, these guys have had experience, so they know what the league's about, and we finished third. What do we really? And I'm saying this like it sounds mad, but what do you actually really need to invest in right now, and what's available? Because you have to look at what's available. Like big signings this season have mostly been free transfers. Like like take out Lukaku and Grealish. Cool. Sancho, do we need Sancho? Like, I'm talking about, do you need Sancho, for someone like Sancho? Yeah, he's a great player. Probably not. Do we need a Grealish? Yeah, probably anyone would take him. For 100 mil? No. Lukaku, like 90 mil. Do you need that? Yeah, I'd take Lukaku, of course, but
I'll take Lukaku still.
Is he a Liverpool type player? I don't know.
Yeah.
He could probably more like
he would never have come anyway, though. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. Would he have come? Why no? That's the thing. And then you look at the areas that we needed to bolster.
Don't you feel that your scouts then need to be a bit more astute? Because you look at a club like ours, who you wouldn't say is big, but the window we've just had,
unbelievable,
and who we bought in for the money that we bought them in for has been phenomenal. So there's a market out there.
But I think with Palace is complete, because Palace is, you had a lot of players, one coming to the end of their contracts, coming to the end of, and in terms of age as well. So you had to do business. And with Hodgson leaving, it was a full restart and it was a complete overhaul of the team. You needed to have a big window, in my opinion. I think Liverpool's team didn't really need that. Like our centre back pairing, we had, Beta said 22 centre back pairings. You've got 3.
Well, I'm just laughing at that comment, man. I'll tell you what, Chris Welch, that's unbelievable.
With Gemma Collins. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, God. That's tickled me. That's tickled
no whatever, lad. The best thing about doing this bit is just interacting with the comment section. It is the comment section is funny.
I think that is decent. But I think with like we've got centre halves. They always say, you look at what you've got. Who's coming back from injury? Like, are they going to be a new signing? You bring back Van Dijk, you bring back Matip, you bring back Gomez. Like, why I understand why we signed a centre half, but at the same time, I'm like, that's your only business. I thought that was a bit, I would have liked another centre forward personally. Another someone along the front line who's different to what we already have. We have a lot of like intricate players. Sometimes I think you need something different. So I would have maybe liked, I call it a target man, but a 9 that actually plays as a 9, as opposed to a Firmino or a Jota or someone that drops off. But that's Liverpool style, and it's worked for the last 4 years, bro. And people still ain't clocked onto it. So why change it? Midfield, I think we got. I said you bring in Harvey Elliott. You got players like Curtis Jones who can show what they can do. So you don't need to spend however much million on a centre midfielder, and you've got it in your ranks. So I understand the transfer window. We tried to get rid of some, let's call it deadwood, Shaqiri, cool. I understand the transfer window. It's been very quiet, but I actually get it. For me, I think someone on the front line would have been, I think, getting another striker in, albeit that I don't know who, but someone like that, a striker. Then yeah, man, I think that would have been a good window. Like, it's been an okay window, but like you said, Kanate, like, I ain't seen him play it. Like, bro, but that's because
I don't even know who he is.
Come in and done well. So I don't know what number he's got. I don't know what he's.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. I actually don't know who he is.
Rumor is his number is 111.
Boy, it's peak. It's real. So I think they were smart. Man. I think they were smart with the window this year. They do need to rebuild soon, but I think they can. They'll be fine this year. I think.
Sure. Before we actually talk about the start to your season and then get into the actual preview of the Palace game, we got Bradley, who also has his own channel called United Fan TV. Why are most ex-players poor managers?
You can have that one.
What I think is that when you're a famous player or a big name player, I think what ends up happening and what we have seen is that they are pushed quite early on to get these big jobs. So you look at your Wayne Rooney, for example, you know, championship job. You look at, obviously, Lampard got straight in there, got a job, and then obviously got the big one at Chelsea. And I think that sometimes they may need a little bit more time to just learn and grow in a role, as opposed to maybe be thrown straight into the sort of the fire or the frying pan. Management is obviously not easy at any level, let alone the highest of levels or the top levels. But I think it's more, maybe they just need a bit more time in that coaching capacity. I mean, you look at, I'm just going to use it as an example. You look at, say, someone like John Terry, who's kind of going through that process where he's on a coaching staff and now is being obviously linked with managerial jobs. He still might be horrendous, to be honest. You just don't know. But then on the other hand, you look at, say, Steven Gerrard. But he was obviously working in the academy at Liverpool. So he kind of, he was doing his work in there. He's got his job at Rangers, and so far it's clicked for him. But as to a definitive answer as to why, who knows? Who knows? It might work, it might not work. Football's a funny old game, or football's a fickle game. We just don't know. You look at Vieira now, hasn't quite worked out at any of his clubs so far. Is he a knowledgeable and a good coach? Probably yes. Does he know the game? Of course he knows the game. They all know the game. But, being a manager is a different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
Just to add to that, I think with what we don't see sometimes, and is that, when you make that transition, it's like you making a transition back to your, when you're 18, joining the first team again. Like, you're new. You know what I mean? You're not no one expects a 17-year-old. You get your 1 in a million or 1 in, however many that take the game by storm. You're not everyone's going to be a Messi or a Neymar or a Rashford or at that age. And think of as a manager, when you make that transition, not everyone's going to be the best manager straight away. Like, it's not going to happen. Like you have to build your football career, your playing career. You've got to build your managerial career as well, man. Like, not everyone's a Pep or straight into it and actually just wins things and moves mad. Like, it doesn't happen like that. It may take you 10 years. When you're at your peak of your managerial career, same as you would be in your playing career when you hit like 27, 28. And I think we're just very impatient to think that, you played the game for 15, 20 years. You should know everything about it. Yeah, but that's a playing career, man. As a manager, you're dealing with everything. You're dealing with everything as well as, you know what I mean? So
Well, that's the thing, because even like, you know, I've gone through my coaching badges, and I've done them with players that have played at a very high level. But like T was saying, you know, and you know, like the question was about maybe not being good managers. You know, there's players that have had a very good career, but you know, they can't actually, you know, set up a session, like a coaching session and things like that. Or because as players, you're babied your whole career. You just turn up and just do what you're told. So when you do make that transition, or when you start making that transition, you're now on the other side of it, and you're the one that's in control. And that does take time. Like T said, you're going back to school, essentially. And like I said, I personally thought that education needs to take a bit more time. But at the same time, if you're a Frank Lampard and Chelsea want you to be their manager, are you going to say no? Of course you're not. If you're given an opportunity by Derby and you're Wayne Rooney, you're not going to say no. It's a baptism of fire, as we've seen, but you know, I think anyone in their position would take it.
Sorry, well, these comments are killing me, fam. These comments are finishing me, right?
Listen, comment section's active, I must say.
The rivalry and the beef is real, man.
Right, let's get into it. Just quickly, thoughts on your season so far?
I think we've done everything we needed to do, to be fair. I would have liked to have beaten Chelsea. I think we should have, after even going down to 10 men. I think we should have won that game, but Chelsea looks very strong, so I'll take the draw. Even if it's at home, that's the only blip. I mean, other than that, you know what I mean? 3 clean sheets. Yesterday's game should have been a rampant 5-0, but you got to win it. You just want to win them games and then go into the next one. So at the moment, yeah, faultless.
Josie?
Hey, so far so good. 10 points from 4 games. Can't complain, really. Nothing's won in September. You know, you just take it game by game. That's the ethos you have to take, really. I think Liverpool showed at the back end of last season how you can turn a season around, and nick that third spot. So yeah, just got to keep it going, really. Big game coming up on the weekend. Always a big game. So yeah, see how we go.
You know, on that, what's your thoughts on Palace now as a club? Obviously, had Roy Hodgson before. He battered us 7-0 at Sellers Park last season. It was a bit mad. But Patrick's come in. I'm really excited about how we're playing. Battered Spurs last weekend. Battered West Ham second half of that game as well. Like, we're playing better football. Like, what have you seen from the outside looking in?
Cool. I've seen one. I think I've seen more. I want to say that it's been up and down. Obviously, you know, you've had mixed results, but on last week, I think you guys looked more potent, more dangerous. I think normally, with Palace, you're always that kind of nearly team sometimes. Like the transition phase is okay, but then there's always something that just messes up, and it's in both thirds. Like you either just not clinical, or this is just a mistake. There's something. I think last week you actually looked tight. Everything looked tightened up a bit, even before 10 men. Like, you're causing problems. And I think when everyone always says that when Zaha's on form, I think you guys are on form, but that can't always happen. And I'm interested to see Edouard. I'm interested to see how he does if he does start. I think he's probably earned that. I'll be interested to see how he deals with that, because it's a different atmosphere from playing in going to play Hearts and Hibs and them teams there. So it's a different gravy. So come to Anfield, is he ready?
Just on this comment, how do you think Trent will do against Wilf?
Different level, man. He's a completely different level of player. And Trent's smart, and I think now having cover, that's what makes Trent a very good player. Like Trent knows if he's got support and he can trust his centre halves, and if there's a holding mid, then that's when he's at his most dangerous. And I think that's what Wilf needs to be wary of.
So Trent doesn't need to be wary of Wilf now?
I think you always need to be wary of Wolf, man.
I'd agree.
You know, obviously, you're not saying that he's. I mean,
I'm not powering Wolf and saying he's poor.
Of course not. Yeah, man.
No, the reason behind the question is obviously like Trent is known to be very good going forward.
Yeah,
but very susceptible defensively, and I think that's just more so due to Klopp's system and the fact that you have Van Dijk who covers everywhere. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Yeah.
I think personally, that's going to be the area which we can expose because Anderson loves a diag. And I think we'll be looking to throw those diags in early and put Trent on his back foot. Go on, what about you?
No, I'm excited about Palace. Palace is my second team. Obviously, we grew up around the area. That's where we're from, you know. So, like I said, Palace is definitely my second team. I love watching Palace, and every year, you know, you want to make sure that Palace stay up and kick on. But I was excited by the appointment of Patrick Vieira, to be honest. I think, like the comment there, it is a risky appointment. You know, you only have to go back to, you know, when Frank de Boer came in, and you know, obviously, I don't want to bring up trauma. Rich. I don't want to bring up trauma. But so yeah, certainly excited by it. The game on Saturday on the weekend was it Saturday? Saturday or Sunday? No, what's the game? The Tottenham game, was that Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday. Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. Thought it was a good game, entertaining. Wilf, unbelievable. But yeah, I think over the last couple of years and for a long time, I think it has been Wilf. And I think Palace have done very, very well to keep a hold of him. If I'm being honest, and look, I'm happy.
You know what's been nice? This is probably the first window where I haven't heard any transfer.
No speculation. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was waiting for the annual or the 6 monthly Wilf speculation coming up. But he loves the club. Still the best player. Like, still the best player by far. But yeah, like T said, I'll be interested to see how Eduardo does. Obviously, probably earned a start.
I think you got to address this comment, guys. What do you mean different atmosphere to Hearts? Anfield is dead. You see, you'll never walk alone for a few minutes. Everyone gets their Insta stories, and then the whole place goes quiet again.
Say no more, Alex. So let me address this comment real quick. So any stadium has lows. I've been to a lot of stadiums, and obviously when teams come out, everyone's gassed, everyone's buzzing. You know, there's always going to be a lull in the game where there's nothing to really shout about. But I don't know if you've ever been to Anfield. Then, like in terms of the noise level when things happen, that's it. It's a different type of roar. That's a thing. You again, I'm not saying that Hearts won't have. Of course, Hearts fans will have passion. I get it. But in terms of the what it means, in terms of the level that you're playing at, like no disrespect to the Scottish Premier League, but it's not the Premier League. And obviously being in those environments is completely different. So that's what I'm saying. Can you handle that type of atmosphere, like where everyone's watching? Like these are streamed a lot across. Everyone is watching. All eyes will be on you. I don't know the last Hearts game you watched, but I ain't watched Hearts play for a while. So That's all I meant. You know what I mean? It's two different types of things. Premier League atmosphere and there's Scottish Premier League atmosphere. I think probably be two different things.
Come about the atmosphere is dead after walk on. Both times I went, it was the same. It's a Palace fan as well, so could be some truth in it.
Yeah.
Let's do score predictions. We'll do score predictions. We'll do a combined 11. I've not done one of those yet. And then I'll open up the phone lines because if anyone wants to come on and say something, they can. And then we'll look to wrap up.
Cool.
And this is 100% true. And I'm going to leave it up there for a minute. So, what's your score prediction for Saturday?
I think Liverpool win quite comfortably. I'll be honest. I'll probably go 3-0.
3-0, is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
I think Palace will get a goal. I do think Palace will score. So I'm going to say 3-1. Liverpool.
I'm going to stick to what I said in the Red Sea podcast. I think we'll get a 2-2 draw.
Okay. Okay.
And I think all the goals that we score will come from both sides.
Okay. Cool. 2-2
Cool.
draw.
So yeah.
Interesting.
Welcome, Gareth Davis. Can't stop laughing about Chris Watts' comment about Liverpool starting 11 and the bench, the analogy. No, such a great comment.
Actually good. Bro. So Bishop Keegan and Jimmy Collins.
Let's do a combined 11. I've never done one of these actually. This might be a bit fun. In the comment section, we'll do the same. Combined 11. If this was last season, we'll probably get one player in. But this season, I'm a little bit more optimistic.
Okay.
Little bit. So yeah, let's go for it. Goalkeepers, Alisson. Next.
So quick.
Oh dear. What's the system? What formation are we playing?
I guess we'll go 4-3-3.
4-3-3, both teams probably kind of playing 4-3-3 in it. So
yeah.
All right, let's think. I'm trying to think. Is this based on form?
Yeah, because otherwise we might not get any in.
Scrambling.
That's no. Say no more. Okay.
So if you go right back, we've got Trent or Joe Ward.
Yeah, Trent for me.
Yeah. I was thinking Joe Ward.
Yeah. Okay. Why? No. Why? Out of interest. Why? Seriously.
No, I'm bantering.
Okay, no, but I had to make sure.
Look at the combined 11.
Oh, come on, man. Ben Teke.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, I reckon it's Trent.
Come on.
You know what, centre back, and I think this is where we definitely get at least one in. Centre back. I'll go Van Dijk and Anderson.
I see that. I actually wouldn't. I'd actually go Van Dijk and Matip.
And no, don't get in, bro.
I think Matip started the season very well.
Jane happy with that. He's fuming.
Joel's Bambi.
I hear that, but you're basing on form, bro. Like, you ain't conceded.
Now that's more so because you're Liverpool, and who have you actually played? Minus Chelsea.
Well, what? I'm trying to think. Easy other week, bro. You play against Bamford. Like, you keep Bamford out. I'm saying, like, can't really. I'm actually trying to justify this here, bro. Seriously. But obviously, it's different opinion, isn't it? But for me, no, Matip gets in.
This is a decent squad, actually.
Cool.
As a Berry. If he was fit, he might sneak in, you know.
It's just a shame he's out at the minute.
Yeah, it's a shame. Big
All
miss,
right,
man.
so we've agreed
so
on Alisson, we've agreed on Trent, and we've agreed on Virgil. We're undecisive on the next centre back, so we'll come back to that centre back one. We'll have Robertson at left back.
Oh, now young Mitchell, no.
He's good, but
he's young. Yeah. No, he's done all right though.
He'll get there.
Last season, done well.
He's been brilliant for us. He'll get there though.
Yeah.
He'll definitely get there. Midfield 3, and this is where I feel we might actually nick another player in. I'm not a fan of Jordan Henderson, so I don't care. Yes, he didn't.
There's no one rate Henderson. Bro, this guy gets so much flack.
No, you know what? No, I'm not
Scored a
discrediting
banger.
him as him as a captain, as a leader, but as a watching him play is
It's painful.
It's actually horrible. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, I've never liked it.
Fair enough.
I think the only saving grace is we got Gallagher. I think he needs to go in.
On form, he's been very good. I'll be honest.
Yeah, he has. Conor Gallagher's done well.
I'll put in Fabinho.
I'd say Fabinho's nailed in.
Salah's in. Let's just get him in there.
Yeah, but we're short one midfielder.
We're short a midfielder.
Obviously, I said I think Eze is that creative, but
he hasn't played though.
Really.
Yeah,
Harvey Elliott. I think he's a shout.
Does he play? Oh, does he play in the middle?
Based on how it's been, I think he's a shout in there, man. I'll put him in there.
He's been superb. It's such an unfortunate injury.
Yeah,
I know. I'll put him in there ahead of. Obviously, you ain't putting Hendo in, so I'll put Elliott.
Yeah, please don't.
We're not putting him in. Don't worry, we won't put him in.
Watch him move mad on Saturday, bro. Watch.
He probably will.
Really? His head, no. You can hear it.
The person I'm actually fearful of is Mane. To be fair,
Mane always scored.
But yeah, front 3. Salah, I agree.
I'd go Wilf. I'll put Wilf on the left. I think he's been a bit better than Mane.
Yeah, Wilf on the left. Salah
on the right.
To be fair, I'm in the middle. Jota probably. Oh, Eduardo.
Yeah, I think
the brace. Why not?
Yeah,
Put him in.
I'm happy to stick Eduardo in.
Put him in.
Eduardo.
For a quick brace on your debut.
Cool.
In front of the fans.
So, let's run through this. And you know what? Chris Welch is his team's pretty close to what we've agreed on. So we want Alisson in goal. Oh, we haven't decided on the second centre back, have we?
Yeah, we did. Matip.
No, I didn't agree to that, fam.
Rich is not happy with that.
No, I'm not.
I know it's your show in there. So all right, go.
We'll get Ando in there. We'll get Ando in there.
She'll show in it. So say that. Anderson can go in.
Thank you.
Ando's in.
Ando's in merit. It's going in there for merit anyway. So Alisson in goal, right back Trent, centre backs Van Dijk and Anderson, left back Robertson, Fabinho holding with Gallagher and Elliott, and then Salah, Zaha, and Edouard. That's such a team, though, you know.
It's a good side, to be fair. It's a good side.
Very, very good side. I mean, it's a shame things have not worked out for this guy because I think he's different class.
Yeah. True.
Millsy don't like Thiago, no.
I think so as well, man. I'd agree with that. I think he's as a baller. Nah, technically, man. The way Mane's moved this season, I'm not disinclined to agree with that. I think he's been moving a bit suspect, especially yesterday and at the weekend. He was moving a bit offish. Man had about 8 chances and scored 1. I thought, Mane.
It's crazy.
Thiago, yeah. Thiago, when he plays, I think they said it. There was an article in it about how Thiago and Fabinho are basically Liverpool's key this season. Actually, so I genuinely do agree with that. I think they're two players for me that if they're fit, they have to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Along with Hendo in it, obviously.
Hendo.
Behave. Guys, I've dropped the link in the chat if you want to call in and either ask a question or have your say about the weekend's game. If not, then obviously I'll end the stream. But whilst we're waiting to see if people do come on, where do you think you're going to finish? Ooh.
Mills, what are you saying?
Top 3 finish.
Be a bit more specific.
Third.
That cop out, boy. Yeah, anywhere in the top half.
Yeah, I'll go third.
Third.
I'm going third.
I will say I think we'll be second to. I think close second. I think 1, 2, 3 will be very close, and I think it will be City, Liverpool, Chelsea.
Cool. All right. I'm not going to be on my own.
United might be in there somewhere though, but I don't think they'll sustain it.
They've got that Ollie tax.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not going to be on my own. I'm going to bring in the Palace contingent, Jordan.
Yeah.
And Luke. How you doing, gents?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, guys.
All good.
Loving the comments. Appreciate it.
Let me change the setup. Get the formation right. Palace on top.
Wow.
Obviously.
Jordan, what would you say?
I don't know. I don't agree with your top 4 personally. I think they'll come 4th or 5th, Liverpool. I think that there's some stronger teams out there currently. I don't think that they've got enough squad depth to cope with Europe as well as the league because of the injuries and certain players aren't performing. Like, you know, man like Keita, like that was a whack signing. Thiago is just not working. Elliott's gone for time now, so I don't think they've got enough in their locker. Like they've got Minamino. Like, come on, man. They need stronger people on the bench to compete for second place. I'd say more 4th or 5th personally.
Cool.
Do you know what? Kind of accurate, I think. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm being brutally honest. Like I might be punching going for third, but you know, might be 4th. I'm staying strong with my third. I'm staying strong. But like I said, I don't think it wouldn't be a surprise if it was 4th or 5th.
Millsy, you backtrack quick.
Millsy, man.
No. What I'm saying is, I'm still saying third. Like I'm not going to change that. But what I'm saying is that I wouldn't be. So it wouldn't be the shock of my life if it did happen. It was 4th or 5th. You know what I mean? Like so, you know.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Luke, what would you like to say?
I think Liverpool are going to finish third. I'm going to have to agree. I think Man City, I think this is going to be a bit of a shock, but I think Man City could finish 4th. Because that strike.
Did you say Man City?
Yeah.
Wow. You finished 4th.
No, bro.
Because City lack that striker up front.
They haven't had a striker for like 3 years.
They just played De Bruyne now.
Why is no one rated you, striker?
Bruv, he scored.
Who finishes above City?
Scored last night.
Liverpool are going to finish above City.
Nah.
along with Chelsea and United.
If someone's going to finish above City, it's only Chelsea.
Yeah, I agree. I think Chelsea win the league.
It's so I feel like everyone's like Lukaku is the answer, the only answer. And it's like I understand that, but if Lukaku doesn't fire, what happens then?
They'll just do what they did
So,
last year.
That's what I'm saying. But I feel like you add Lukaku, and don't get me wrong, Chelsea are moving okay, but it's like it's still the league. The league still looks exactly how it would anyway. You know what I mean? And I don't know if I don't see this Ronaldo factor. Yeah, it's great, but I think City know how to win leagues, man. As the Liverpool at this moment.
Yeah.
So I think it can be any one of four. I definitely say that.
Cool.
I feel like we're also disregarding Leicester a bit early as well.
They have dropped off this season, yeah.
I think Brendan Rodgers hit a bit of a rut, but that guy just always finds a way through. He'll always his clubs. He always overachieves for what they expect. So at Leicester, he's a good fit there. But when he was at Liverpool, he is expected the top already. So unless he wins, he's not getting his achievements. So I think for Leicester, it'll get them up there again. They'll be up there.
Yeah. Jordan, what's your score predictions? Then I'm going to bring in a very interesting contingent afterwards.
I'm saying, as I told you the other day, it's going to be a 3-1 to Liverpool.
Nick?
I'm sitting on the fence. I'm going to go for 1-1.
Yeah, I think it'll be a draw. I'm oddly optimistic. Big up Reynolds, Maxwell. 3-1 Palace.
Okay. Interesting.
Listen, I think if we just ISO Trent, I think we've got something there, boy.
Well, I think you tried that last year, and it sounds mad. That was your game plan last year. Then it got peak.
Have you forgotten that when you've got like Jordan Ayew?
So what, you tell me Jordan Ayew ain't gonna start? He ain't gonna be involved in this thing?
Jordan Ayew.
At least you're lying.
Hopefully not. I want to see Michael Olise start.
He might have had a good week in training, innit? So
ready. You want him to start.
I want to see Michael Olise start,
but he won't start.
He probably, yeah.
I want Edouard to start. I think he deserves it, man. Don't come on and score 2 in your debut and not start. Like, surely.
And
I
don't think Olise starts either, to be honest. It probably will be Jordan. He's going to have to track Robinson. That's going to be a madness. Robertson, sorry. Oh, gosh. Okay. Brace myself. Edouard to score a hat-trick. Brush, big up Brush, United fan. I don't care how you do it, just get done. This is it. Eddie, Jordan, Luke, big up for coming on.
Thank you.
Cool.
That's all that's.
Bro.
Up the Palace.
Up the Palace, indeed. No, they're regulars to the show, man. I really appreciate their support. Always got great content and great views as well, to be fair. It's going to get a bit interesting now, you know. You got the Man United contingent here.
That's fine.
Herbs, big up Hamza.
Big up, Rich. Go on, man.
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
My early shirt here. If you know, you know.
Right, Herbs, kick us off.
I honestly, I sort of just wanted to know who was going to finish above City and Poole. Even though I'm a United supporter, I wanted to know from the man them that just left who's supposed to finish above them two. Outside
That's
of
what
Chelsea, the price I can see.
Yeah, I think that was Luke who said that.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to try grab him before he left.
Oh, snap.
Actually, the person who said City in fourth, and someone said Poole might have finished fourth or fifth. I was like, damn. Last year I can see it, but
Trust.
not this year. They looking like they're back.
They are looking good, to be honest. They really are. They really are. Hamza, have you recovered from your
From your flight.
You know what? You're added to the list as well. You know, the list of you read. You're added to the list as well. If you know, you know. I'm not.
Just to put into context, yeah, like so Sunday nights, I do a show called Get Amped where I just talk to any fan of any club about the weekend's performance. And last Saturday when I was speaking specifically about Palace, Hamza wanted to do his Ronaldo Sue, and I told him it weren't the time. It weren't the time for that. So he had this opportunity Monday night. Go to the last episode of Get Amped on my channel, 25 minutes in, and see what the Sue looks like, and then come back to me. just listen to me, innit?
You
But
can
yeah,
never do it though. You don't have the guts to do it. You know what? You know what? You don't have. You added to the list as well, Rich.
no, you know what? Ty, Millsy, if you can, just like I said, 25 minutes in, check it out now. Whilst I talk to Ferbs and Hamza. Hamza, what's your thoughts on the Palace Liverpool game?
What am I going to, Rich?
So go to my channel.
Yeah.
Oh, not now.
Hey Hamza, you know everybody might want to learn how to fly. You know, everybody's got a dream. Man.
I'm gonna teach. No, tomorrow I'm gonna teach you how to fly. I'm gonna teach Rich how to chant. I'm gonna teach Brush how to shave his beard. And I don't know. I don't know who's else in the list.
I'm crying.
All love Hamza. All love Hamza.
It is all love Hamza. But Hamza, what's your thoughts on the Liverpool Palace game?
Come on, just lower the volume down and watch it later. I'm talking about Crystal Palace versus Liverpool here. We're not talking about Get Amped. Anyway, so this is gonna be where is it? In Anfield or South Park?
Anfield.
Oh, you're getting battered. I'm sorry.
Bro.
You're getting smashed.
What like how young boys did you, yeah?
Bro.
Yeah,
Wait.
sadly.
Okay.
Yeah, sadly.
Hey Rich.
What are you talking about? You're not in the table. You're facing Arsenal in the bottom half of the league. Calm down.
Big up Nate, up the Palace. I hope we can keep the momentum from putting Spurs in a spliff. Absolutely.
This show from the beginning,
Hamza,
you know.
Hamza, here's your guy vibes. He said the frog splash.
You're added to the list as well.
that frog splash.
Hey, but Rich.
Yo.
I don't know if you remember, but I was tipping you guys to win 2-1.
Yeah, I'm confident, you know.
I think you guys might pull it off. Being at Anfield, it gives them a little extra impetus, but I don't know. I think you guys might pull off the shock.
Who's that?
Absolutely. Hamza got a hit list.
I'm gonna let it slide.
Who's got the clip? Go on my channel, Jordan. Yeah. Monday's night show, Get Amped.
But
it's about 25 minutes in.
Speaking of the game, if you do something against Liverpool, I would absolutely praise you to death because Liverpool is now unstoppable. Honestly, they're really good for like they've beaten.
Sorry, even like Cristiano on the list. That is bad.
Who's that? Oh, but I already had it. Anyway.
it's banter.
But this is the Hamza list, so like be careful because you're gonna get that Google tomorrow. You're added to the list as well.
This must be long, but
It's a long list, boy.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing though, Hamza. You can have no problems getting to the top of that list. You just gotta. Once you get your little spoon, you'll make it to the top. Hella quick.
Oh man. Oh gosh, I'm crying. Jordan says, young boys run elite football club.
prime time.
Slander, bro.
Who's Jordan?
Palace fan.
You're added to the list as well.
Oh, this is not a list. This is a book.
Literally.
No. I'm gonna let this slide.
Listen, no worries about watching it back on the playback. 2-2 draw. That's what I've gone for as well, to be honest. A 2-2 draw.
But honestly, speaking banter aside, I think Palace, if actually like they defend well and like Zaha's on good form and they counter-attack well, like they did against the Spurs, I feel like they have a really good chance. I feel if Zaha's on form, if Edward could stay clinical to his shots, I feel like he's. No, show me back that again.
Hey, Rich.
don't know
Edward
who you
must
are.
start,
I don't
Edward
know
must
who
start
you
this
are.
game, though, right?
Oh, absolutely. Edward has to start. 100%.
Yeah, after that brace, he can't be on
Yeah,
the bench.
Edward has to start. Yeah, if he doesn't start and they start Benteke, then you're dead. You're completely dead. Like you have no chance.
You know, I'm going to add one more person in. I love being able just to talk to fans in general. This is a Doncaster Rovers fan. So we'll have another say, and then we'll wrap up. We'll wrap up the show. Donnie, what are you saying?
Yeah, right, Rich. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Got work tomorrow, so I should be all right. And then got a game to look forward to this weekend against Morecambe.
Hopefully, you can get a turn of results.
First 3 points of the season,
Morecambe.
hopefully. Try and get off the bottom of the league.
This is it. What's your thoughts on the game?
If any team can give Liverpool a decent game, it could be Crystal Palace because Edouard's firepower, Zaha's technical ability. I think that that's the best chance they've got of getting 3 points against Liverpool on that attacking front, and just try and keep it compact at the back and try and hold off the attacking runs of the likes of Salah and Mane, etc. So so I think if Palace can keep that front three quiet in the midfield pattern, keep it not loose and open, then Palace have got a chance to keep Liverpool under the radar and get some attacks of their own, especially if Edouard's starting up front as well.
No, absolutely. If you were to have a score prediction, what would you say it would be?
Ooh, I'm actually going to go 1-1.
Bear in mind, people, Van Dijk was rested and Sadio Mane was rested.
You know what? That's a sign of that is a massive sign of respect for us. You rested your best centre back. Says a lot.
I think Liverpool's going to.
It's not that.
I think they're going to concede a mistake.
Yeah, it is. Do you have a question for the Liverpool boys, Tony?
Yeah, what's your take on the ownership? Because I've seen a lot of FSG out on social media, and I'm just wondering where you sit on the whole FSG debate. Do you want them gone now? Do you want them gone if they make one more mistake? And, do you realistically think that someone is there to take over Liverpool and run it the right way?
I think I don't know. I mean, there's always going to be something that's happening in terms of ownership, finances, my thing is if they go and say
See,
for
one
Arsenal
second.
chance like go, then what?
See, one
What's the
second. Sorry.
next
Ferbs,
thing?
I'm gonna mute your mic.
Yeah, man.
Cool. 30.
Sorry, that's on the road, isn't it? Yeah. No, I was saying, I think with it's more about what comes next. It's like getting rid of a manager. What's the next thing, and is that going to be just as bad? Is it going to be even better? Is that good? Like you can't just get rid of something without having a foresight about what the next 5-year plan looks like with the next ownership. For me, I think that's how you get into a bad cycle. Like if you remember, think back to when Liverpool was admin.
And it's same with Man United as well. It's like they can scream Glazers out, and in my opinion, that's correct. But at the same time, you think, where's the next ownership going to come from? And if so, do you know it's the right one? So that's why I sort of always looked at United as like a process, because there's really hard to get the owners out. Same with Arsenal. I hate Kroenke with a deep passion. As a neutral football fan, I think he don't care about the sport. All he just cares about the LA Rams. But at the same time, even though there's loads of people like Daniel Ek and the Qatar bid that wants to go in, there might be people that want to go in, but realistically, when that bid comes in, what do you do between now and that bid when it eventually comes, if it does come? So it's like, it's so hard on the ownership situation. It's like, do they go out? Will they go out? And if so, is the right people coming in?
Yeah, I agree. Good point.
Right. Hands off. Question for Liverpool fans.
Do you think you have a chance in this season?
Yeah, I definitely think there's a chance. I think there's always a chance. There's always a chance until there's not one, isn't there? So, I think obviously.
What if Salah gets injured? What if Fabinho gets injured? What if Van Dijk gets injured again? Who are you gonna replace him with?
That's why I said there's always a chance until there's not a chance anymore. So I think, like we said earlier on in the show, starting 11 is fantastic, but strength in depth is non-existent. So I think we're kind of pinning all our hopes really on those 11, 12 staying fit really. But I think realistically, like I said, I think it will be a top 4 finish. Obviously my prediction was 3rd, but it could be worse if those players get injured. We could be in all sorts of trouble. So we'll see what happens. Could be in all sorts of trouble.
Oh my gosh!
The Senegalese baby. Oh my god! If who I think they're talking about is a Senegalese baby, then we've got the Nigerian Maldini in our back line. We've got the Nigerian Maldini.
If I were you, I would adding him to your list.
What are you talking about, Hamza?
We've got the Nigerian Maldini, we've got the Swedish Van der Sar, and we've got the English Gigs on the wing or something.
In answer to the question as well, Hamza said, I think we've got a decent chance. Oh wow!
Oh my god!
Wow! Where's the Arsenal fans at? Oh my gosh!
5 is too much.
Put some respect they got the first goal against Norwich, a relegation side.
They did.
Yeah, boy.
They did indeed. All right, listen, guys, I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to go teach tomorrow, man. Oh, my gosh. Johnny, shout out your channel, bro.
Forever Football, DRFC. Morecambe previews on the system, ready to go out tomorrow evening. Obviously, I'm at work tomorrow, so I can't upload it then. So I've got it uploaded, scheduled, ready for tomorrow evening. Hopefully get our first 3 points of the season. Let's hopefully get there as soon as possible. on the road to 1,200 subs in the second season on YouTube, which is unbelievable progress for a League One club fan channel. And also just over 100,000 views as well, which is, again, unbelievable for League One. So let's keep grinding. Let's keep going for it. And, let's keep growing with the club.
No, keep up the hard work, man. You're working hard. Seriously.
Nice.
So keep it up, man. Keep it up.
Yeah, I'm having to tie the YouTube in now with proper working shifts every week, so it's hard.
Not easy, is it?
I'm getting there though.
This is it. Once you find the balance, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Hamza, where can we see your Google rants?
Tomorrow it's gonna be. No, hold on, just 1 minute, please. So tomorrow it's gonna be Ferbs. It's gonna be Rich because you talk too much today. It's gonna be Brush to teach him how to shave his beard, as I said, and I don't know, and teach Santiago baby how to do a pizza because I don't know.
Wow.
Jesus, he doesn't hold back, does he?
Probably Arsenal because Vibes is gonna be there.
He said he's already left the dislike on the video.
I didn't even do it.
I think most of the Arsenal fan base are going to be disliking this one.
First one is gonna be what's his name? God's sake, I can't remember his name. What's his name?
I thought you wrote it down. You had a list.
I didn't have him in my list. I felt bad for him.
More unprepared than Arsenal this season.
I put
Wow.
Jordan as well because he was talking too much as well about Man United and
So,
Nate because he
Hamza,
said
say-
Man United are going to do terrible.
Hamza, you broke up. You didn't say it again. Something about someone's talking too much. Say that again.
Yeah, kick me out.
Yeah, I was going to. You're
I know
lucky.
that one.
Crazy. Listen, this has been a very interesting preview, and I love how it gets so unscripted as well. Ty, big up to you. Shout out your business, most importantly.
Appreciate it. So physio by trade, so specify health and well-being. Focus on obviously rehab with footballers, just general public as well. Located in Southwest London, so Clapham Junction. Obviously, Insta, specify health. Find us, Twitter as well. But yeah, any injuries, anyone that's injured in the London area, obviously. If you want to travel from far, by all means. If you want to travel from Doncaster, then cool. Send them down. I don't mind. Happy to help. But yeah, definitely, yeah. So obviously, shout out to Eagle Eye Football as well, man. Rich doing his thing. Always happy to support. Much love.
Appreciate it. Would you be able to heal Hamza's CU?
He didn't get the time to do so, and he will never will.
I love kicking him.
And Hamza's just out of the building like that.
Literally. No, I'm only joking, Hamza. Millsy, you still playing ball?
Yeah, trying, man. Trying. Older now, still playing now.
Still playing now. Who are you with at the moment?
Dulwich Hamlet. So going into my third season now at Dulwich. Obviously T's physio there as well. Yeah, 30 years old now, so getting a bit older. Mileage on the clock, man. But we keep going. Yeah, we keep going.
Keep going in the non-league, mate. Keep going.
Certainly will do.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, I'll let you know, Saturday. So last Saturday, I had my sister-in-law's traditional wedding. It's her white wedding this Saturday, so I won't be doing the match reaction this Saturday. So I'm going to move it to Sunday night's Get Amped episode. So Donny, hopefully Doncaster can get a win, so you can come on Sunday night if you're available, and we can celebrate with you. You know what I mean?
I'm going to bring my Donny scarf if we win.
Absolutely. Make sure. So,
bring the vibes.
And Crystal Palace, if they win as well, make sure to get one with Crystal Palace as well.
we will do 100%. So
what time is it?
9 p.m. Sunday night.
Right. I hope I should get back from work by then.
Sweet. So that's when you'll next see me get amped. To be fair, Ty, Danny, if you're free Sunday night, you can also come on to talk about the game as well.
If Liverpool win, I'll be there. If they don't,
Very big up to the comment section though. Like, got an amazing community that's building. It's just always jokes in the comments. Vibes, Nate, Ferbs, Brush, just banter galore, and Bradley who's disappeared, but like absolute jokes in the comment section. So yeah, continue to like, share, subscribe to Eagle Eye Football, guys. Appreciate you all, and I'm out.